The first customer in Europe has taken delivery of his brand new Nissan Leaf, just weeks after placing his order. Leah Moran, 63, from Hartlepool, collected the keys to a special edition black Nissan Leaf 20 on Wednesday, January 31 at Bristol Street Motors, Darlington. The retired police officer, who served with Cleveland Police for 30 years, including driving high-performance response cars, converted to electric motoring a year ago when he purchased a 30 kWh Leaf. As soon as the new edition of the British-built all-electric hatchback was announced, he began investigating and ordered the launch edition just before the end of last year. He said, "I've driven many cars of all shapes and sizes, and many performance cars, but I can say hand on heart the Leaf is the best car I've ever driven. I've spent the last year singing the praises of the Nissan Leaf, and now I have the new edition. I cannot wait to get out and play, go on adventures and enjoy the drive." The all-new Nissan Leaf is the world's most advanced mass-market electric vehicle and an icon of the company's intelligent mobility vision, which is defined by how the car is driven, how it is powered and how it integrates into society. With its ProPilot technologies, advanced all-electric powertrain and unique ability to connect to and power the buildings it plugs into, the new Leaf is the on-road embodiment of this vision. Mr. Moran said he was excited to discover all the new features on the Nissan Leaf, not least the innovative e-pedal, which allows the driver to accelerate, slow down and stop using just one pedal. He said, "The great thing about the e-pedal is it gives so much back to the driver. Technology is a wonderful thing, but it often leads to us as drivers forgetting fundamental skills. With the e-pedal you become more aware of your surroundings and drive in an entirely new way. And with the bigger battery and increased range, I can visit my friends in Scotland and Manchester on one charge. I'm really looking forward to seeing how far I can go. I've also made some investigations into getting the Nissan X storage and solar panels at my home, and I'm hoping I'll be able to do that soon." Terry O'Neill, dealer principal at Bristol Street Motors, said, "We're thrilled to be the first dealership in the UK to present the all-new Nissan Leaf, and to a fantastic customer who really is a Leaf champion." Prices for the all-new Nissan Leaf, including a £4,500 government grant, start at £21,990 for the entry-grade Visia model, rising to £29,155 for the top-of-the-range Techno model. Together with exciting new exterior design, with a dynamic new front end and signature floating roof, the all-new Nissan Leaf is packed with ingenious technology and a bigger 40 kWh battery. On top of Nissan's suite of standard intelligent mobility technologies, including intelligent cruise control, intelligent lane intervention and intelligent auto headlights with full LED, the all-new Nissan Leaf is also available with the innovative e-pedal, as well as ProPilot and ProPilot Park. The e-pedal gives motorists a whole new way to drive, allowing them to start, accelerate and stop using just one pedal, making every journey simpler and more enjoyable. ProPilot advanced driver assistance technologies take the stress out of driving by helping the driver to steer, accelerate and brake on single-lane highways, while ProPilot Park assists in similar ways to make parking effortless. To find out more about the all-new Nissan Leaf, visit www.nissan.co.uk.
Subaru is returning to the Leadfoot Festival this Waitangi weekend, the fifth year in a row the brand has made the commitment to the event. Event organizer Shelley Millen said, "We have had an incredible long-standing relationship with Subaru dating back to our very first Leadfoot Festival in 2012. Wall and his team have been our #1 supporters. We appreciate their continued support, and it is great to see the brand back again this year with a bigger and better stand in Subaru driver Alistair McRae returning as the event's defending champion in the Vantage Subaru. Subaru will show off its full 8 model range, including the 2018 Outback and Legacy for the first time in New Zealand. Subaru driver Alistair McRae will race the ex-Possum-born Subaru WRXT up the driveway, where last year he became the first person to break the 50-second mark. It was the first time the winner's trophy had gone to a non-Millen family member. McRae says, "It's a tremendous event and is getting bigger each year, so to come back as last year's winner makes it all the better. It's great to be getting back behind the wheel of the vintage Subaru. The car has a very special place in New Zealand motorsport and it's awesome to drive. Keeping the 800 horsepower under control can be exciting at times." Subaru brand ambassador Ben Hunt is also competing at the Leadfoot Festival again, but this year he will be swapping out the 600 horsepower Subaru Coupe that he has driven for the past 2 years, for his Subaru WRXT rally car. It will be run in the same setup, in which it finished third in the 2017 New Zealand Rally Championship.
The Model 3, Tesla's first mass-market electric vehicle, is beginning to arrive at the company's showrooms. While most of the hundreds of thousands of people who pre-ordered the car are still waiting, and probably will be for a while, a lucky few customers have received their Model 3 vehicles. So far, the reviews are positive. A Model 3 owner, Chet Huron, told Business Insider in a phone interview, "I like it a lot. I almost like it better than my S, just because it's a little smaller." While he said the Model 3's handling was a little stiffer than that of the pricier Model S, he said the Model 3 felt quicker and was easier to maneuver. Huron's biggest problem so far was a small one: the front driver's side door doesn't close as easily as he'd like. He said, "I keep closing it and it doesn't latch. It's just annoying that you have to open the door back up and close it back. I've done it probably a dozen times already since I've had it." Huron's impressions resemble those expressed by Reddit users who have posted reviews of the car. They have praised the car's handling and acceleration and were bothered mostly by small, technical problems. The Reddit user Soyak wrote, "Picked up the 3 yesterday and noticed how boat-like the S is by comparison. Aside from the overall feel, there is one area that I'm extremely pleased with in the 3. And that's U-turns. The S requires about 3 lanes width to make it, sometimes requiring a 3-point turn, whereas the 3 can do it comfortably with 2. The Reddit user Goldie LL wrote, "Car's fun to drive, I guess 0.2 seconds slower than the X, but it feels like it is slightly faster. Overall a pretty great car. Some premium features of the X are definitely missed, but that's to be expected for $40K less. I don't think I'll default to wanting to drive the X, now my wife's car, over this one. However, there are some technical hiccups." Another Reddit user, The Yeegs, described a hiccup with the Model 3's Bluetooth features. The Yeegs wrote, "The car's constantly connecting to our phone's Bluetooth every few minutes. This results in the car waking up and unfolding the mirrors, all day long. If this issue isn't resolved quickly, the motors in the mirror will eventually wear out." The positive responses the Model 3 has received so far are good news for Tesla, which has struggled to meet its production goals for the vehicle, and consistent with the long-term satisfaction Tesla owners have reported with the company's cars. For Tesla to even come close to the lofty market capitalization goals set out in a new compensation plan proposed for CEO Elon Musk, the company will have to find success among consumers who can't afford Tesla's high-end vehicles. Solving the Model 3's production issues and working to fulfill the car's pre-orders in a somewhat timely manner would be a good first step.
The 2018 Nissan Leaf faces much stiffer competition than its predecessor, but then again, it promises to be better all around. What car notes in their review, from the new exterior design to the significantly updated cabin, the zero-emission hatchback might very well be the one that could convince a number of people to spend their money on an EV. All trim levels are nicely equipped and included a standard infotainment system with Bluetooth, DAB digital radio, sat-nav, and Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Moreover, interior space has improved over its predecessor, but while the legroom on the rear bench is quite good for 2 adults, the headroom is not as good as in a VW e-Golf. The range is one of the decisive factors when buying an EV, and in the new Leaf, this is up to 235 miles, about 378 kilometers, in the NEDC. However, in the real world, you're less likely to achieve it, and when the temperatures drop, you should expect to drive it for just a little over 100 miles, about 161 kilometers, between charges, which is more than an e-Golf, but less than a Renault Zoe. So, is this enough to convince you to go for an EV instead of a petrol or diesel-powered model?